All right, you just heard Catechese Cabaret by Lord Russ, or Russell Brooks, who is here with us today. And Russell, this song, it really does have that cabaret kind of show feel to it. It's yeah, I just love it. It's got, to me, it kind of reminds me of a David Bowie kind of style, and I just love it. It's
Oh, thanks,
really,
Mark.
yeah, it's a great tune. So tell us a little bit about what your inspiration for this was.
It was a couple things. It was well, definitely. I'm a huge Roxy Music fan, which you can hear in my voice
Hmm.
and that song in particular. Um, and but the song itself is uh, inspired by surrealism. That whole album, Air of Mystery, is like inspired by surreal art that I was seeing in museums, and uh, and also that song, Catechese Cabaret, was it all. I in the book Herman Hesse's Steppenwolf, there was this like mysterious like cabaret type of bar thing that would appear and disappear, and he couldn't find it one day and could the other, and it was just full of surreal acts, and it just that inspired me for that too. Just I don't know, just things
Was
like
that the
that.
name? Was that the name of the place in
Oh,
Herman Hesse's book?
no, actually, Cadaqués is the place where Salvador Dali did most of his painting. Like all those scenes of the
Nice,
rocks and stuff, that's Cadaqués, Spain.
awesome.
Yeah.
I
Well,
remember that bar in Steppenwolf. So
Oh, yeah, cool.
yeah, yeah.
yeah, well, that was certainly a great tune.
So I was just gonna say, I mean, it's a great tune. It it reminded me of if like T Rex met um Meatloaf and they wrote like a version of Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Awesome.
That was the vibe I got. So and I don't
That's
know if
fantastic.
that's in the wheelhouse,. But it felt that vibe.
Wow, thanks, Tracy.
Yeah,
That's
no, it's cool stuff.
thanks. Wonderful.
Mal?
Yeah, and I wanted to say that it really gets that Roxy country life vibe. And what's the one right after country life? Uh, Siren,
Siren.
Siren,
Yeah.
yes.
Mm.
And we were also saying a little Bowie in there and a little Cheap Trick was
Oh.
what we were kicking around earlier. And I'm like, hey, that's those are good things to conjure.
And what year was that recorded?
That was 2012. I recorded it.
And that's what I was talking about earlier. It's cool to hear that. Like that could have been, if you said, "Oh, I recorded that in '78," I would have been like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense." You know, like,
Yeah,
yeah,
thanks. Well,
which is
I'm
cool.
very thanks. I'm very proud. I played all the instruments and did all that.
Nice.
So,
Wow. Wow, that's great.
And do you have any gigs coming up locally? All my gigs are in Austin, so that's outside of the listening area.
oh yeah. Well, I do. I'm playing at the Parlor Room on Saturday, May 11th, with my friend Tony Silva, who's a Spanish guitarist. Like
Okay, that's
we're each doing a set, and then we'll probably play a few songs together.
okay. That's the Parlor Room in Northampton, Mass.
Yeah.
Great. Well, we'll all hopefully put that, on our calendar and make sure that we're there. So should be a great tune, a great show. I'm sorry. So speaking of a great tune, we have one coming up by an artist who is not with us today, whose song has been inducted into the Essential Western New England Songbook, and that's the band Fancy Trash, and we're playing their song "Missing Elvis."